I am curious to know though, since you are plant-based, because I was vegetarian for almost 10 years, and then I decided to start eating fish and like seafood just last summer. So now I'm coming up on a year of eating seafood. And how do you feel about fish?
Well, can you get fish with no mercury? Very difficult.
What's mercury?
Mercury is a heavy metal, and mercury is a waste product from much industry, and that's how come.
Is that true? Is that a fear mongle?
No, it's not.
No, it's true.
It's not. It's like the Minamata Bay. Minamata Bay in about the 1970s, they noticed that in Japan, the cats were backflipping and then dying. They called it dancing cat disease. So they did post-mortem on the cat and found out that mercury had eaten out their brain cells.
Once you hit 60, your body no longer processes fish the same way it used to. Foods that once gave you energy, sharper thinking, and smoother joints might now slowly be working against you. The bigger problem is that most seniors don't realise it. They've been told fish is good for the brain, full of omega-3s, and a lean protein source. That's true for certain fish, but the wrong ones can harm your nerves, worsen joint pain, raise blood pressure, and even interact dangerously with common medications like blood thinners or statins. And here's something the seafood industry doesn't want seniors to hear.
Our waterways and our seas are very polluted today, and it's difficult to get fish oil that is not contaminated.
Many fish on the market today aren't the same as they used to be. They're raised in polluted waters, treated with antibiotics, or filled with hidden contaminants that labels won't ever reveal. That fresh catch on your plate may look healthy, but it could be the reason you feel more tired, swollen, or mentally foggy than before. In this video, we'll break down the 4 worst fish older adults should avoid, and the 4 seafoods you should add to your meals instead, ranked from number 4 up to number 1. Stay tuned because the 3rd worst fish on this list has been linked to high mercury levels in more than 80% of seniors who eat it regularly, yet it's still one of the most popular choices at grocery stores. Before we get started, drop a comment with your favourite fish or seafood you eat each week. We reply to every comment. Now let's jump into number 4 on the list of fish to avoid. Number 4, farmed tilapia. Tilapia is one of the cheapest and most common fish in the world. It's marketed as light, lean, and simple to cook. But for seniors, it's a hidden problem that can disrupt inflammation, weaken the immune system, and even raise cholesterol. What most people don't realize is that more than 95% of tilapia sold today is farmed, often in countries with very little regulation of water quality, fish feed, or antibiotic use. Reports from the USDA and Consumer Reports show that tilapia raised in crowded, polluted farms often contain high levels of omega-6 fatty acids, especially arachidonic acid. This fat fuels inflammation, which is especially concerning for seniors dealing with arthritis, joint pain, or heart problems. One shocking study published in the Journal of the American Dietetic Association found that tilapia actually has more pro-inflammatory fats than bacon. Frank, age 67, ate grilled tilapia at least 3 times weekly. He thought he was eating healthy, but over time his knees began to hurt, his hands swelled in the morning, and his blood tests revealed rising inflammatory markers. His doctor assumed it was just aging until a nutritionist asked about his fish intake. After cutting farmed tilapia for only 6 weeks, Frank's swelling decreased, his pain lessened, and his C-reactive protein, a key marker for inflammation, dropped nearly 30%. If you're over 60 and eat tilapia often, it's time to think twice. You don't have to give up fish altogether, but switch to cleaner wild-caught varieties that fight inflammation instead of feeding it. And if you really want tilapia, only eat it if it's certified as responsibly farmed and keep portions small and occasional. But tilapia isn't the only culprit. The next fish hides something even more dangerous. Number 3, king mackerel. King mackerel might sound like a smart choice. It's loaded with omega-3s, grills beautifully, and often appears on fancy seafood menus. But for older adults, it may be one of the riskiest fish you can eat, especially for your memory, heart, and nervous system. The problem is mercury. King mackerel is one of the ocean's highest mercury fish. Mercury is a heavy metal that builds up in fish over time, and in your body too. For younger people, small exposures may not cause obvious symptoms. But for seniors whose detox systems naturally slow down, even moderate mercury levels can cause long-term neurological problems. According to the FDA, king mackerel is consistently near the top for mercury content, with readings as high as 1.67 parts per million, far above the safe limit. Mary, 70, loved pan-seared mackerel. She ate it once a week, thinking the omega-3s supported her heart. But gradually she noticed focus problems, memory slips, and numbness in her fingertips, along with occasional dizziness. Her doctors ruled out stroke, dementia, and thyroid disease. Only when a wellness practitioner ran a mercury test did they find her levels were nearly triple the safe limit. Once she cut king mackerel and switched to low mercury seafood, her clarity returned and the numbness improved. Mercury doesn't leave the body quickly. It builds up in tissues, especially the brain. For seniors already at risk of memory decline, that makes king mackerel extremely dangerous. If you're over 60, skip it entirely. Instead, go for wild salmon or sardines, which deliver high omega-3s without the mercury load. But the next fish is one many seniors choose for weight control, yet it may be quietly damaging their entire metabolism. Number 2, swordfish. Swordfish looks impressive. It's thick, meaty, low-calorie, and often picked by older adults looking for a lean protein. But the truth behind the name is troubling. Swordfish is one of the most contaminated large fish in the sea, especially harmful for aging brains and weaker immune systems. It's another mercury-heavy fish. Since swordfish are predators that eat smaller fish for years, their bodies collect extremely high levels of mercury. A 2020 Consumer Reports study confirmed that swordfish contain mercury levels ranging between 0.9 and 1.22 parts per million, placing it squarely in the avoid category for seniors and pregnant women. High mercury exposure in older adults has been tied to poor coordination, anxiety, muscle weakness, and even heart strain. Paul, 66, switched to swordfish steaks after his doctor told him to eat more lean seafood. He loved grilling it and ate it twice weekly. After a few months, he developed chest tightness, nighttime anxiety, and a strange metallic taste in his mouth. His cardiologist couldn't pinpoint the issue, but his daughter, a nurse, suggested mercury testing. The results confirmed it. Paul's mercury levels were more than twice the safe limit. Once he cut out swordfish and replaced it with safer options, his symptoms eased within weeks. Swordfish may seem like a clean, lean choice, but its mercury content makes it anything but safe. Seniors already process toxins more slowly and have more sensitive nervous systems. Adding mercury only makes things worse. If you're over 60, avoid swordfish completely. Stick with smaller fish lower on the food chain. They carry far less contamination. And if you think swordfish is concerning, the next fish is still sold as heart healthy, but the science says otherwise. Number 1, tuna, especially ahi and albacore. Tuna is one of the most commonly eaten fish in the world. Whether canned, grilled, or eaten raw, it's convenient, affordable, and often promoted as heart healthy. But if you're over 60, especially with heart issues or memory concerns, tuna could be one of the riskiest fish sitting in your kitchen. The reason comes down to 2 things, mercury and inflammation. Tuna, particularly yellowfin, albacore, and big eye, carry some of the highest mercury levels found in seafood. Albacore tuna can contain as much as 0.35 parts per million, while big eye averages around 0.68 parts per million, according to FDA data. That may not sound like much, but for older adults, even smaller amounts build up in the body over time. The results can include brain fog, memory loss, vision problems, fatigue, nerve damage, and inflammation in both the brain and heart. Take Linda, age 72, as an example. She ate tuna for lunch almost every day, mixing it with celery and Greek yogurt, thinking it was the perfect healthy protein. But gradually, she began to feel tired all the time. Her hands would tingle at night. Her balance was off. She even forgot simple conversations from the day before. Her family suspected early dementia. After a hair analysis, her doctor discovered mercury toxicity, most likely from the tuna she had been eating 3 or 4 times weekly for years. Once she eliminated high mercury tuna and switched to safer choices, her energy and clarity returned and the tingling began to disappear. Tuna isn't always bad, but for seniors who eat it often, the risks from mercury outweigh the benefits. Skip albacore, ahi, and big eye completely. If you really want tuna, choose light or skipjack varieties, which contain far less mercury, but only in small portions and not more than once a week. Now that we've gone through the worst options, let's shift to the seafoods that can actually protect your health, improve memory, reduce inflammation, and support your joints if you're choosing the right ones. Number 4, mussels. Mussels are one of the most underrated superfoods for people over 60. They're not only extremely low in mercury, but they're also loaded with easily absorbed zinc, B12, omega-3s, and iron, nutrients that many seniors lack. These shellfish are rich in DHA and EPA, 2 omega-3 fats known for reducing inflammation and supporting heart, brain, and joint health. A 2018 study in Nutrients showed that older adults who ate omega-3 rich shellfish like mussels had a 23% drop in C-reactive protein, an important marker of inflammation. John, age 68, had avoided shellfish for years, thinking they were too complicated to prepare. But after a heart scare, his doctor encouraged him to get more omega-3s. Instead of turning to fish, John tried steaming mussels at home with garlic and lemon. Within weeks, his energy improved, his knee stiffness eased, and his brain fog lifted. He also slept better. A follow-up blood test revealed lower inflammation and better cholesterol ratios. Mussels also have an environmental advantage. They're sustainably farmed, naturally clean the water they grow in, and aren't treated with antibiotics or hormones. For seniors, they're among the cleanest, most nutrient-rich proteins available. Just a small serving of mussels gives you more B12 than a steak and more omega-3s than most supplements. If you're over 60, consider eating mussels once or twice a week. Pair them with herbs, olive oil, and fiber-rich vegetables for a meal that's both anti-inflammatory and balanced. And if mussels surprise you, the next seafood is even more impressive, benefiting your brain, heart, and circulation all at once. But before we move on, if you're enjoying this video so far, tap the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future videos like this. Number 3, lobster. It may feel like a luxury item, but for people over 60, lobster is more than just an indulgence. It's one of the best foods for maintaining collagen. While many think of lobster as a splurge, the truth is it's loaded with nutrients that support aging skin, joints, and bones. Lobster provides a rare combination of zinc, copper, selenium, vitamin B12, and astaxanthin, an antioxidant that shields collagen fibers from oxidative stress. A 2021 study in Nutrients found that older adults with higher intake of astaxanthin from crustaceans had 27% less skin thinning and 31% fewer collagen breakdown markers compared to those who didn't consume it. Lobster also supplies more than 60% of the recommended daily intake of zinc in just one serving. Zinc is essential for collagen production, immune support, and wound healing, all of which slow down as we age. Take Harold, age 72. For years, he only ate lobster once a year at family gatherings. But when he developed brittle nails, sore gums, and weak knees, his doctor advised him to increase his mineral intake from food. Harold began eating lobster once a week, grilled, lightly seasoned, and finished with a squeeze of lemon. After a month, his dentist noticed his gum health had improved, his knees cracked less, and to his surprise, a wound on his shin healed faster than usual. It wasn't just protein at work, it was the minerals from the lobster making a difference. You don't need lobster every day. Just one moderate serving per week can strongly support collagen health, especially when paired with leafy greens and vitamin C-rich vegetables. Whether boiled, grilled, or tossed into a salad, lobster is versatile. Just be careful not to drown it in butter. The shell may be hard, but the nutrients inside are gentle on aging joints and skin. And if you're wondering about the ultimate seafood for collagen repair, the next one is unbeatable. Number 2, clams. Clams are one of the most powerful but often overlooked superfoods for older adults. These small shellfish deliver nutrients that directly support collagen production, mental clarity, red blood cell formation, and joint health. What makes clams stand out is their very high content of vitamin B12, iron, and zinc, nutrients that usually decline as we age. Just 3 ounces of clams provide over 1,200% of the daily requirement for B12, making them one of the strongest natural sources in the world. The research is equally impressive. A 2019 study in nutrients found that older adults with healthy levels of B12 and iron had greater muscle strength, better mobility, and quicker wound healing. All of these are linked to collagen and overall recovery. Clams also provide taurine, a sulfur-based amino acid that protects against muscle loss and supports heart health. Angela, age 71, had been feeling weak and mentally foggy. Her doctor diagnosed mild anemia and gave her iron supplements, but they upset her stomach. Her daughter, who works as a chef, suggested a natural alternative. Angela began eating steamed clams once a week, just a small bowl with lemon and parsley. Within a month, her energy returned. She bruised less easily, her nails grew stronger, and her memory improved. A follow-up blood test showed her iron and B12 levels were back in the healthy range without medication. Clams also boost collagen production through zinc, which is required for collagen synthesis and helps speed up the body's repair process. This is especially important for seniors since zinc deficiency is common and leads to slower healing, fragile skin, and weaker joints. A few servings of clams each month can correct this. For the most benefit, choose steamed or baked clams instead of fried or canned. Pair them with lemon juice and leafy greens to improve mineral absorption. Always buy clams from clean waters and avoid overly processed options. But if you're looking for the very best seafood for brain health, joint support, and long-term vitality, the number 1 option is next. Number 1, oysters. Oysters are nature's true multivitamin, especially for adults over 60. Unlike many foods that are rich in just 1 or 2 nutrients, oysters deliver zinc, selenium, iron, copper, vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants that protect collagen, all in one serving. What sets oysters apart is their unmatched zinc content. Zinc is key for collagen production, immune strength, tissue repair, and hormone balance. Just 1 medium oyster provides more than 90% of your daily zinc requirement. The science is clear. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Nutrition showed that seniors with higher zinc intake had faster collagen renewal, stronger connective tissue, and 30% fewer problems with delayed wound healing. Zinc also regulates MMP enzymes, which are responsible for breaking down collagen as tissues age. Combined with omega-3s and selenium, oysters become one of the most powerful anti-aging foods you can eat. David, a 75-year-old retired mechanic, suffered from stiff joints, brittle nails, and cuts that healed slowly. He tried supplements, creams, and even collagen powders, but nothing helped. At a dinner with friends, he was encouraged to try oysters again after many years. He added them to his meals once a week, either raw or lightly grilled. Within a month, he noticed real changes. His knees hurt less in the morning, his skin healed faster, and his energy felt steady. At his next checkup, his doctor was surprised by the improvement in his zinc levels, white blood cell count, and inflammation markers. For seniors, oysters are more than food. They're a way to restore strength and repair. If you're struggling with joint pain, thinning skin, or slow healing, oysters may be exactly what's missing. Just 2 to 3 oysters weekly can noticeably increase collagen production, immune protection, and energy levels without the risks of high mercury fish or poorly absorbed supplements. To keep them safe, always choose wild or responsibly farmed oysters from clean, regulated waters. Eat them raw only if they are fresh and certified, or enjoy them steamed, baked, or grilled with herbs and lemon. Skip breading or heavy sauces, since those reduce the benefits. Now that we've gone through the best and worst seafood choices for seniors, let's put it all together. Here's the bottom line: not all fish are equal. After 60, your body reacts more strongly to what you eat and to what you don't. Foods you think are helping might actually speed up aging, cause joint problems, or affect memory. We began with the worst choices: tilapia, king mackerel, swordfish, and tuna. Each has its own risks, whether it's inflammation from poor farming practices or mercury slowly damaging your nervous system. Many seniors eat these without knowing the consequences. Then we shifted to the healing options: mussels, lobster, clams, and oysters. These were chosen because they're low in toxins, rich in essential nutrients, and proven to support collagen, circulation, memory, and repair. The difference is not small or subtle, and you don't need to wait long to notice. Seniors who replace the wrong fish with the right ones often see less joint pain, better energy, sharper thinking, and healthier skin within weeks. The research confirms it, the real-life stories prove it, and thousands of seniors are already making the switch. If you have any thoughts or questions, share them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.